Healthcare is the strongest hiring market in the economy right now. That part is true. But the way it's true is more specific than the headlines suggest. So let me show you where the demand is actually real and where it isn't. Start with the big picture. In recent jobs reports, healthcare has led the country's job growth, month after month. While sectors like government and finance were shedding tens of thousands of positions, healthcare kept adding them. And the force behind that isn't going to reverse. An aging population needs more care every year, not less. Here's the catch. Booming is true at the sector level and misleading at the role level. Healthcare is really dozens of different job markets wearing one label. Some are wide open, some are slow, credentialed, and hard to break into. Knowing the difference is the whole game. Start with nursing, because the shortage is structural, not temporary. Retirements, an aging population, and burnout from the pandemic years all stack on top of each other. Nurse practitioners are among the fastest growing roles in the entire economy, with projected growth around 40%, and pay that clears $120,000. If you're a qualified nurse, this is a seller's market. Act like it. Now the one most people miss, healthcare tech. Electronic records, telehealth systems, data analytics, security. These roles want cloud, data, and security skills in a healthcare setting, and they pay a premium because almost nobody combines clinical understanding with real technical depth. If you're in tech, your skills transfer. Your clinical knowledge only has to be functional, not deep. Then the steady middle, medical billing, coding, and administration. Partly automated, yes, but consistent demand, tight salary ranges, and fast fills, which are the signs of genuine hiring. Allied health, physical therapy, lab work, radiology rides the same demographic wave. And telehealth is no longer an emergency measure. It's a permanent category with its own roles. Geography matters more here than almost anywhere, because you can't do most clinical work remotely. Sunbelt metros, Texas, Florida, Arizona, the Carolinas, post the most openings and fill them the fastest. Rural healthcare is the paradox. The greatest need and the hardest to fill, which means the strongest leverage you'll find. Sign-on bonuses, loan repayment, relocation. If you're flexible on location, that's where the best packages are. And if you want remote work in healthcare, be precise about it. Remote roles are real, but they live in administration, billing, utilization review, telehealth, and health tech, not in hands-on clinical care. The path to remote runs straight through those functions. This is the part that matters most if you're coming from outside the field. Licensed clinical roles require licenses, and the timelines are real. Becoming a registered nurse takes 2 to 4 years. Physical therapy is a doctorate. Physician assistant programs run 2 to 3 years. These are not 6-month pivots. But here's the opening. Certifications are a different story. Medical coding, health information, phlebotomy, medical assisting. These take weeks to months, not years, and there is genuine hiring behind them. They're realistic entry points. And read the listing carefully. In healthcare, preferred usually means they'll train you. Required means they won't. If you already have tech skills, healthcare tech needs no clinical credentials at all. Learn the privacy and compliance basics. The demand is waiting. One more thing to watch for. Ghost jobs. Across every industry, 81% of recruiters admit to posting roles they have no intent to fill. But in healthcare, it's usually different. It's a rolling requisition, a real, continuous pipeline, not a fake. How do you tell? A named facility, a specific unit and shift, and a tight salary range is almost certainly real. A staffing agency with a vague location and the words competitive salary in quotes deserves a second look. So 3 takeaways. If you're in healthcare, you have more leverage than almost any worker in the economy. Use it, especially in rural and underserved areas. If you're considering healthcare, be honest about the timelines and start with the certification path, not the clinical one. And if you're in tech, healthcare tech is the most viable crossover in the market right now. They need you, and they can't fill these roles without you. Healthcare is hiring, for real. The trick is knowing which roles and which places are actually open. So before you spend your time on a listing, see what it really is. JobIntel.com.